Hey guys, welcome back to the Cellar. So I went to go see Scream 6 opening weekend. I didn't want to hop on right away and talk about it. I wanted everybody to get a chance to see it before we really broke down this movie. So it is time. It is time to talk about Scream 6. I'll be right back. So I went to see Scream 6 Saturday after it was released. Before that, I kind of prepared for it. I wasn't really a fan of number 5. It didn't feel like a Scream film to me. I've been very vocal about that. There was just so many things off. The opening scene wasn't a kill scene, which I usually get with Scream franchises, and there was a lot of things that bugged me. So before I went to go see Scream 6, I watched Scream 5 a lot. I kind of went into it with more of an open mind, like this is not just a Scream film, this is a slasher film, let's just enjoy it, and I did enjoy it. So going to see Scream 6, I was actually extremely excited. Probably the most excited I've been for a movie in a while, which is weird because I didn't like 5 at all. My expectations were low. I just went into it just to have fun. Now, the opening scene for this movie, I enjoyed it. It did not feel like anything I've ever seen before in this franchise, but I was able to enjoy it and have fun because I didn't go into this movie like this is a Scream film. I went into it like this is a slasher film and I'm going to have fun. So I just want to talk overall about how I felt without giving away spoilers yet. And then I kind of want to break the movie apart with spoilers. And I will let you know beforehand just in case you didn't see it. So overall, I did enjoy this movie. My biggest issue with it is there was a lot of things I predicted right within the first 10 minutes. Very, very predictable. I knew who the killers were right away. It was just, okay, well, that person. I called it immediately. The kills were brutal. I enjoyed them. They were probably the most brutal of any Scream movie. I can't think of any other movie that was as brutal as this one, which I enjoyed, which I appreciated. A lot of face shots, getting stabbed in the nose, the mouth. It was great. I enjoyed that a lot. I felt like this franchise is kind of really getting away from what it was. Like the kills were realistic. You got stabbed a bunch, you died. Not so much anymore. I just feel like everybody is living without giving spoilers yet. Which kind of bugged me. I just think, this is not Michael Myers. This is not Jason Voorhees. People should die when they get stabbed, right? Just my opinion. So that kind of bugged me. Reading this film, I would give it an 8. I did like it. I would definitely see it again. It's not my least favorite of the franchise. I was pleasantly surprised by it all. Sam's character really grew on me. There's something so crazy about her eyes, it just drew me in. I loved it. I wanted her to be more vicious, and she performed. She came out and she did her thing in this one. I really, really love her. Mindy and Chad, I love them. They're my favorites. I love them. Mindy's kind of like my spirit animal. I don't know. I love the girl. I love everything about her. And it's not just because, they're Randy's niece and nephew. I just love those characters. They're a good balance together. Yeah, but I did enjoy it. I will watch it again. It was fun. It was a good time. I really wasn't disappointed. It exceeded my expectations. And like I said, I went into it with very low expectations because I just did not like number 5. I didn't like it. I know people really loved it. I just didn't like it. It wasn't Scream to me. But I want to go into spoilers now. I want to break down this film, talk really in detail of what I loved and what I didn't love. So yeah, spoilers. So if you haven't seen the movie yet, pause this video, go watch the movie, and then come back. Samara Weaving, I knew it. I knew she was going to be the opening scene. I didn't really see her too much in the million trailers that came about before this movie was released, and I just had a gut feeling, and she was sort of the opening scene because then we see 2 other people one person already dead, one person get dead. Get dead. But yeah, so that scene when she's at the bar and she comes out, I knew what was going on. But after she was stabbed and the killer unmasked himself, I did not expect that at all. I did not expect that. That was cool, but that was also very confusing. I'm like, okay, are they gonna do something like there's a cult and there's like one person controlling them, like, and they're like little puppets killing, and we're gonna see all the people or some of the people, and then you're like, is this person working with this person, like a whodunit, like a really real whodunit? And it kind of just completely, didn't go that way. That killer was killed. He was part of the opening scene, which was cool, that part was not expected. But then once I was introduced to, Sam and Tara's roommate, I'm just like, and then she's talking about her father transferring to the NYPD and how her brother was killed and all this stuff. I'm just like, wait a second. Wait a second. Okay, so your father's a cop, but he allows you to move in with these two women who have a history. One is the daughter of a psychopath, and the other one was just tried twice, almost murdered. That just seemed fishy to me. Something wasn't right. I called it pretty quickly. So yeah, this is definitely Richie's sister, and that's definitely Richie's father. Right away. A lot of people were comparing this film to Scream 2. So it kind of made me think it had family, related to family, how Billy Loomis's mom comes back and for revenge. So Richie's dad is now coming back for revenge. It was just definitely Scream 2 again, just kind of more current and brutal and fun. So yeah, I that kind of bugged me, I guess, that immediately, but I really loved the kills. I loved it. It was just bloody and fun, and Ghostface was not playing around. He was not playing around. A scene that I didn't enjoy though was the bodega scene, and when he picks up the shotgun and he's shooting people. It was cool. It was a lot of fun, but I did not like Ghostface with the gun. I didn't. And I know people were like, oh, Ghostface, every Scream he has a gun, but he's never masked with the gun. It's always at the end when he's unmasked where, okay, this is now a person, he has a gun, okay. But whenever he had his mask on, he always had a knife, and it was never public killing like that. I know it's in the bathroom in number 2, but it was never just whoever came across him, he's shooting and killing. That kind of bugged me because it didn't feel reminiscent at all to the Scream that I love so much, but I understand why they did it. It was a cool scene. I just didn't like seeing him with a gun. I didn't. Especially not Ghostface masked with a gun. Think about it. Have you ever seen Ghostface masked with a gun? No, it's usually at the end when his mask comes off. So yeah, I didn't really enjoy that too much. Kirby's back. Yeah, Kirby was a little off to me. She didn't have that spirit that she had in number 4, which I understand why they wouldn't make it like that. You're looking at her like she's possibly one of the killers, and she, you're thinking is she psycho? Is she orchestrating all of this? But yeah, it was nice to have her back. I love Hayden Panettiere. I think she did well in this one, and hopefully she's in more films, more Scream films. Courtney Cox, yeah, she's a new boo. She didn't give a shit about him. He dies, and she's just like, okay, I don't really care. I guess she was he was Dewey's rebound. I'm trying to think of everything in the movie that I loved or didn't love. Chad with Tara, I really didn't know how I felt about that. Yeah, let's talk about, okay, we're going into spoilers. We're talking about who the killers are and everything. Chad, first Mindy's on the train, she gets stabbed. I'm like, Mindy's dead. I'm having a nervous breakdown in the movie theater, hyperventilating, no, not my Mindy. And then Chad in the, when they're when they're in the facility where it has Ghostface's shrine. Yes. How many times did Homie get stabbed? 15, 20 times. She's tag teaming him. and he lives. That to me was just like, come on, people have to die in these movies, because if you get stabbed, I'm not gonna feel anything, because I'm like, okay, you're gonna be here next film anyway, so who cares? It's, it's just, yeah, stabbing somebody 20 times and then they survive, it's just gonna take all of that like emotion out of it. Mindy survives, obviously. I'm happy about that. Her death wasn't as brutal as Chad's, so I can kind of see her surviving. Then I'm like, oh, she's gonna find out her brother's dead, and then Chad comes out and he's alive. And just like, really, guys? Really? He should have been dead. I'm sorry. He should have been dead. That was the most ridiculous thing ever. I really felt like they should have killed off Courtney Cox. I just think enough is enough. I enjoy her as an actress. I enjoy her character. But we killed Dewey last one, and she got stabbed, and I just didn't think she should have survived that. That to me was a little bit like another Chad situation. Like, okay, I guess nobody's dying. Nobody's dying in this one except the killers. That was kind of lame. I'm gonna say this. I did not expect Chad's roommate, is his name Ethan? I'm pretty sure his name is Ethan, to be one of the killers. He looked, and I should have known he was, because he looked a lot like Evan Peters. A lot like Evan Peters. It was like in the crazy eyes, and I should have called it, but I'm just like, no, he's too sweet. That's too obvious. Mindy's saying he's the killer, like, so he's not going to be the killer, right? And I think they did that on purpose to kind of throw us off, and it totally threw me off. He just looks too vanilla, too boy next door, and I guess Richie looked like that too, but you're going to do that again? Okay, so I didn't expect him to be the killer, but he does die cool. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I enjoyed the death. That's probably my favorite part about it. The core four, they were cute. I like them together. So I'm glad they didn't die. But stabbed Chad like 2 times and then let him live. But like 15, 20 times, he shouldn't have lived. Sam, like I was saying earlier, her character really grew on me. Like I really enjoyed her. I loved her in this. It was kind of like a reverse role swap for me. Like in the 5th one, I really liked Tara, and Sam was very flat. I didn't enjoy her. And in this one, Sam was just like dark and like just kind of like rugged, like just a little crazy, which I enjoy. And Tara was like the annoying sister who's like, I'm gonna do whatever I want and you're not gonna tell me what to do. I want my space. Like dude, come on. This is real life. People are coming after you, trying to kill you. Like, wake up, sweetie. Like, so her character irritated the hell out of me. Maybe because I'm the older sister and, the annoying younger sister I can relate to. But yeah, her character irritated me. But Sam, she was so dark and amazing. At the very end, when she has Billy's mask and she puts it on and she just like cutting people the F up. Like, that was brilliant. But I really wanted her to keep the mask and just maybe like be a little more crazy and maybe the killer or something in the next one. I really wanted it. When she dropped it, I was sad. No way in hell would I be dropping that, but I'm crazy, so yeah. When I first went to see, before I went to see this movie, I had all these different things. Like, I thought like maybe it was Tara and Sam killing everybody. And then the opening scene after that, I'm like, okay, the person talking to the person who just killed Samara Weaving, I forgot the actor's name, but he's on the phone and he's talking to Ghostface, and Ghostface is like basically saying like, what you did was wrong. You just killed somebody for like fun. Like, you're a bad person pretty much. So I'm thinking to myself, is this like Sam and Tara? Are they going to be killing the Ghostface cult throughout the movie? I thought that, but obviously that wasn't the case. That shrine was brilliant, like walking around the room. And it was funny how they see Stu Macher's, the television that like fell on his head. And they're like, oh, supposedly he died from that. Or they kind of like hint to that, like maybe they're bringing him back. I'm sorry, he's dead. If they bring him back, then it is really a different franchise. A TV fell on his head. Are you old enough to remember how big those TVs are? Because I remember how big those TVs are. how heavy those TVs were. Think about how heavy and big. Okay. And it falling on his head and electrocuting him. But he survives? No. No. That shit, if it fell on my foot, would break my foot. It would break the bones in my foot. Like, those TVs were big and heavy. I'm sorry. He's dead. He's dead. He's dead. I love him, but he's dead. So I'm rambling on. I did love this movie. I did hate it at times. It was just different emotions. Yes, I rated it an 8. I will watch it again. I really enjoyed it. A lot more than 5. It's a slasher film to me. It's not going to be like just a Scream film. It's slasher, and I have to just think it that way to really, really, really enjoy it. I'm really interested in where they go with the next one. I've been hearing rumors about Sam and Tara's mom. Sam in an interview said how she would love for Salma Hayek to play their mother. I don't know how I feel about that. There's some other actresses that I think would be excellent playing their mother. I don't really know about Salma Hayek. I don't see her being like, I don't know. I don't see this being her franchise. I do like her as an actress, but I don't know if that would really like make too much sense. But I'm really curious if they go into like now like the third film and they kind of make it similar to Scream 3. Maybe. I guess we'll see, but I'm really excited to see what they have in store for the future. Are they going to stay in New York? Are they going to go somewhere else? But yeah, I went into this just, not thinking I was going to love it, and I did really like it. I did like it, so... All right, so yeah, I guess I'm a little bit of a fan, and I can't wait till it streams so I can watch it again. Thank you guys so much for listening to me ramble about Scream 6. I really appreciate you. I took some time off recently. I'm sure you saw I wasn't posting anything for the last 2 weeks. Sometimes people need a refresher. I originally made this channel to kind of like like an outlet, a release. I was going through postpartum and everything, and I found myself like, with personal stuff in my life and work getting overwhelmed. So I reset and I took care of myself, which everybody should do, just focus on the now, and I'm back and I feel great. So thank you guys for like sticking by and waiting for me to come back. Not waiting for me, you know what I mean. But thank you guys. I really do appreciate you. I can't wait to talk more horror. I'll be right back.